Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor to be here today with Elizabeth Saunders, who plays Donna in MGM Plus's hit TV show From. Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thank you.
Of course, and this is particularly exciting for me because I'm not just saying this because you're here. Donna is my favorite character of the whole show. One of my favorite characters in TV history
Oh,
because
wow.
you play Donna so well. You play her in a way that makes it feel like she is someone I know in my life. And I feel like that's hard to do in TV. And that's why I love her so much. Like, I want to have a beer with her. I'm not even kidding.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
come on over.
All right, fine. Fine. Yeah, no, I'm not, again, I'm really not just saying that because you're here. So having you on means a lot to me. One of the things that I think stands out a lot about Donna as it is she kind of has like a rough exterior, but then when you get to know her, she has this wonderful vulnerability and a sweetness that makes her unlike any character on TV, and that's all attributed to you. So again, thank you.
Although I gotta say that I think that was always there in the early scripts, but John and Jeff and all the writers have been great about, with all of us, sort of seeing things that we naturally embody and bring and highlighting them and allowing us to bring them out, even if we don't know we're doing it. Well, maybe the others know they're doing it. I don't know what I'm doing sometimes.
You know, that actually, I was going to ask this later in the interview, but this just comes full circle to what I was going to ask. When you get the script for a show, when your manager sends it to you, however you get it, how much do you know about it? And how much are you briefed on Donna? And to that point, how much do you know about the story? Like, how do you get sold on a script that you're given?
In my case, it can really range. I often don't have a lot, and I would say a lot of actors don't have a lot of information coming. That first pass at it is often, off a breakdown and the scenes that are there, and you ask to see if you can see a draft of an episode. I know there are actors that are in the States, people who are bigger that can go, I need a script, and they'll get it. So you're kind of going in based purely on what is on the page. And it's not always clear.
Hmm.
On this one, it was super clear. Like, I read it and went, I know who my Donna is. I don't know if it's their Donna, but this is my Donna based on what they've given me. And luckily, my Donna jibed with their Donna, with John, who wrote its sense of Donna.
That's so
Yeah.
great. And as time has gone on, have you gotten more from them each season that you come back at all? Or is it kind of like starting fresh each season as far as what you're briefed on about what you know? I know obviously you know Donna, but more about the
Yeah.
show itself.
No, they don't. John and Jack are very they're hands off in the sense that they let the actors bring it, and if they see something is sort of moving into a tone or telling, shifting it somewhere they know it's not going to go, they'll just readjust. They'll redirect you.
So From premiered in general, it premiered quietly before MGM Plus even existed as a brand. This was when it was
Yeah.
still EPIX at the time. And it has since then become MGM Plus's most watched show in history with a 96% score on Rotten Tomatoes. And then I heard season 3 hit a 100%, which is well deserved
Oh,
and it's incredible.
fabulous.
Yes, it is. How has it been? Like, what does it feel like to have been on the set in those early days when no one really knew what the show was and what it was going to become versus now going into season 4, knowing the audience is massive and obsessed. Like I'm a freak obsessed with the show. Like, how does that feel?
You know what? I think because it started off, it was such, it has always been such a generous group of friendly people with very distinct personalities in the best way
Mm.
that, and I think that's where the word Fromville started. I think Pega started it about us, and then it got extended. But it is a unique group. So I think we never, even though there's anticipation and expectation growing and hope and over the years of what will it be, how will it do, there's just such a strong family bond within the group that it
Mm,
doesn't change that much.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And speaking of family, your husband was in the show for a period of time.
Yeah.
What was it like working with him on the show, and what was it like to learn that he actually ended up getting killed off of the show?
Well, I loved working with him. I was so glad he came on.
Yeah,
I loved hating him. Uh,
you were good at it.
I well, he's Cliff is nothing like Dale. Like he's so not Dale. But our humor is such that we can go into that place and just go, I hate you, and punch people. Um, I loved that he was on. I was, sad when I found out he was going. He found out, of course, slightly before me.
Mm,
Um, but at the same time, I think both of us, well, I shouldn't say both of us, because I, in a way, took his lead. Like, he was like, he knew that he wasn't necessarily going to last. So he was like, I had a nice run. And as much as I would love to do more, it's fine that I'm going. And I was like, cool. And that made it a lot easier for me. Oh, just we kind of have that. We don't have a proprietary thing of like, if you don't use him, you can't use me and all that garbage. Like,
good.
it's like his career, my career, and we try to be supportive.
That's good. And he definitely went in a pretty crazy way. It was
Went in an
pretty.
awesome way.
Yes, he
Went in
did.
an awesome way. Yeah.
Yes, he did. So there's been talks within the Fromville, the community itself as
Yeah.
a whole, that the show has kind of, I guess, always been pitched or assumed to be a 5 season show. I'm not sure if that's for certain, but is it right for the audience to assume that season 4 is kind of the penultimate season of the show narratively?
You know what? I find that sort of hard to answer because I don't know.
Okay.
I have heard the same things, but I don't know. And I don't know how John and Jack and MGM feel about expanding it. And I think in a way, I hope that whatever the decision is, that they honor the story and they honor the audience.
I think that's a very important point. It's almost like when it comes to TV, sometimes knowing when the story needs to end for just to serve the story's plot, I think is a very important thing. Um, do you do you think that this show has the potential? I know I personally do, but do you think this show has the potential to exist in other forms of spin-offs, such as the beginning, such as one-off character stuff? Do you see any potential for that being a thing at all?
Um, uh, Again, I have no clue, but I think there is potential to that. I think
Yeah,
there is
I
potential.
definitely think so too. There's so much story within this universe to tell that I don't know how, if it is true or if it isn't, who knows. If it is 5 seasons, there's so much there to wrap it up.
Yeah.
If it goes on, that's amazing. If not, there's so much there to tell. So I'm excited to see
Yeah,
anything.
there's a lot of backstory for a lot of well, all the characters that I think there's room for that for sure.
Definitely. Actually, a fan of the channel asked this, and they wanted me to ask you this, and it goes to what we're saying. Since we know so little about Donna's life before the woods, other than how you and your sister, in the terms of the story, how Donna and her sister came in, did you create a specific like secret backstory that influences how you play Donna?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I have. And a little bit with talking with John. So John kind of he gave me some things that he felt about her, but I have filled in based on what he said. And then I have some of my own things that even John doesn't know, like that I play with. And sometimes even over the course of 4 years. And I go, that can shift now. I think it still makes sense. But yeah, I have a really definite sense of where she came from and what was there and what was missing.
Is there
Yeah.
anything about that you'd be comfortable sharing?
I think, well, I guess because you kind of see it with the sister that she came from a rather, not rather, she came from an independent, different kind of very matriarchal family.
Hmm, definitely.
That that you know, it I guess too that that they know how to survive, whether they're survivalists all the way or not. I I can't. I don't think so, but I think they learned how to survive, and they were taught how to be very independent thinkers.
Well, that naturally shifts gears to Donna herself. How much of Donna's personality comes from Elizabeth Saunders, and how much of it comes from the writing team?
Uh, it's a lot of like it's this it's a lot of both, and it's hard to pick how much, because the writing is. I could think because I come from a theater background, I'm very honor the writing. Like it's rare that I will go, I don't know how to do this. Like I will, I'll do it even if I'm like, I have no clue what it just doesn't matter. I'll do it. Um, but I think inevitably, like an awful lot is Liz. Like I think another Donna could come in and would another actress would come in and play a very different Donna with the exact same words. And that's not to say that it's all mine and the writing is a huge part of it. But I think who I am has affected who Donna is greatly, even
Absolutely.
though I didn't until we were kind of a couple seasons in, and I went, "Oh, wait a minute."
I mean, absolutely. I can't see anyone else playing Donna. I feel like you are Donna. Like there is no. I don't know how else to describe that, but I to that point, you have brought so much life to that character. It's why she's my favorite
Thank you,
character. Like I said,
thank thank
yeah,
you.
of
And
course.
you don't always know, like you just bring, in my view, you bring yourself to it because there's a mountain of information in here. It's not all useful for Donna, but there's certainly things, the feelings of love, the feelings of fear, the feelings of disappointment. Like I'm at a point in my life I felt them deeply,
Yeah,
um, and have something to pull off of. And so I don't need to sort of look elsewhere. Although I do occasionally. I will sit and watch someone and go like in real life watch, but also there's some actresses that once in a while I go, I just need to watch her because she's so fucking good.
yeah.
I just need to watch her because I need to be I need it's not that, well, I do want to be that good, but I go, there's something that, like, she's just found a groundedness that I just believe she's that person, and I
Absolutely.
want is so great to watch.
When when it comes to episodes or a season, what do rehearsals themselves look like? I my experience in acting is theater. So to me it was
Yeah,
rehearsals and then you do the show.
yeah.
From the time you're given a script, how much time do you spend rehearsing an episode or the season overall, and how do you personally memorize your lines?
As on this show, rehearsals are on the spot. Like the day you go in,
Wow.
you block it, you rehearse it. Uh, we have a great, and have from the word go, have a great non-vocal language with one another to find our way. Um, we do aim to at least do a read through of every. We do 2 episode blocks, so we try to get together to read it. But rehearsals are on in the spot, on the moment.
Wow.
My line learning is I have a number of different ways I do it. I work uh, mostly on my own, and but I sometimes will ask Cliff or someone to run lines with me just because as my brain has aged. I can get a little anxious about whether the words are coming out. Even like I know exactly what they mean and I know exactly what they are, and it just goes. But I have to know why. I have to know why I'm saying it. Why am I responding? What is the arc of that scene? Like each scene in good writing, anyway, which this is
Definitely.
good writing. There's an arc in the scene, so you're not just flatlining from the beginning. So I try to figure that out,
Yeah, I mean, there's a
and
difference
it's
between just reading lines and actually understanding the why.
and I have to know like who is, I also have to give some thought to why I think Donna thinks they're behaving the way they're behaving. It doesn't matter what Liz thinks they're doing, but why does, because we do that in real life. Like,
Yeah.
why are you behaving assertively to me right now? And I might think, oh, it's because you think I'm a jerk. But really, what it is you've just come off an argument with someone on the street over parking. But
Yeah.
that's going to affect how I respond to you and how what just happened to me.
Do you have a favorite season that you've worked on at all? I know everyone's like, I know it's like, oh, see the new thing, but like, do you have a favorite season, like memory or something like that? I'm not just asking like, do a favorite season, but like personally, your experience.
I mean, one is so special because it was all, every episode, every scene, it was all like, what's this ride I'm on? Like, I don't even know. So that's really special. The others, like, they all have their special moments, but I don't have a favorite. One is my favorite. It's because it's just I don't know the ride I'm on. I
Yeah.
got on this roller coaster. I don't know where it's going.
So you've done it all. You've done TV, movies, theater. You've done extensive voice acting work over the years with a long history as Mrs. Turtle from Franklin. Do you have
Oh,
a
that was so good.
preference? Yeah. Do you have a preference on like which of those mediums that you like to do the most? Is it voice acting? Is it theater? Something like that?
They they all have their wonders. Like that for me, I think it's like film and TV and theater sort of dance. Like I would do voice in a heart. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
Um, but those two, but for very theater and film and TV, and I mean, and then you can go film and TV. I don't get as much chance in film, and I wish I did. I wish I got to do more film.
Mm.
Um, but there's such good TV now. There's
Yeah.
such good writing. Um, so I can't say I have a favorite. I thought I was just going to be a theater actor for many years. Like that's what I was told I wouldn't do TV. I would just, and then theater, I wasn't getting the kind of projects that were exciting me. And then TV kind of opened up and I went, okay, fine, I'll do that. Like, great. But I just went and did a play. I had a tiny part because I just wanted to dip my toe in, and someone happened to offer me something. And I went, oh, yeah, I really dig the rehearsal part. I
It's
really
fun.
dig. Oh my God, I love it. I love that. And I do love a live audience.
Yeah. There's an
And
energy to that. I mean, I haven't experienced behind like camera work like what you've done, but there is definitely an experience. There's an energy that's there that I love.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it is different. And the idea of getting to every night be fresh and yet build on what happened last night. Whereas with, TV and film, you get to build in the time that we're shooting each shot over and over again and it can build. But you don't come back with wisdom the next day and get to go, I just figured out what that was. We haven't, okay, I'm coming in with this. I'm coming in with this today.
Donna enforces very strict survival rules, as you know. If you, Liz, got trapped in that town with the actual cast and crew, who from the From cast would you actually want by your side, and who would you quietly be worried about?
Oh, who would I oh God, that's so hard because it's there's people I really like that I go, oh, I would be worried about them.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna be like, what? Well, I definitely take Harold and Scott. Cliff goes upstairs. He goes, "You can say me." Um, Cliff, who played Dale.
Okay.
No, I would be worried about you. You would not be on my list. We'll talk about it later. Uh, actually, you know what? He would be. He would in real life because he is an outdoorsy guy
Mm,
that thinks of things that other people don't think about. So actually, I would pick him. I would pick Cliff.
okay. All right.
Yeah. And I'd probably pick a number of the crew.
All right. That's good.
Yeah. There's some really good survival people on the crew. I think because I just have to be a little bitch. I think I might worry about a little bit about Cortion,
Okay.
maybe. Uh, um, I just to bug her. 'Cause she's new. I think I might have to say I would worried about Julia Doyle.
Okay. All right.
But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how it
I think
goes.
Robert Joy would be pretty like see, I'm so biased because I'm picking all the mature people.
Yeah.
Like mature as in age, not as in necessarily
Right.
behavior.
Right.
So I'm
Fair
having age
enough.
bias.
Fair enough. I want to shift a little bit to season 4, and admittedly, we talked about this a little bit before. I had some questions prepped here, but then the trailer dropped, and now like a lot of the things that I was thinking just completely went out the window. Like I just have to say here, the man in yellow is a freaking shapeshifter now. What the hell? What is happening? I thought this was going a totally different way. There's this thing that comes in the cabin that's like I don't even know what you would describe it. What the hell is going on? I'm not going to actually ask you like for details on what you think is going
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that being said, it looks like from the teaser we got that you yourself are venturing out in the woods towards that abandoned campsite or village,
Yeah.
however it may be
Yeah.
described. And
Yeah.
yeah, and we see in the trailer that there's this monster thing breaking in what looks like a house there. Is there anything that you could at least elaborate on as far as why Donna may be going out that way this season?
Well, I think I can tell you because it falls into where we were heading at the end of three. We are having issues with rations, so
True.
we need to find food because it is not going well. So I can tell you that.
Okay. My next question I had on the list was actually something that was explained in the trailer. So we're going to skip that one.
Okay.
The way the teaser trailer and even the trailer, the way they were cut, it certainly looks as though stakes are going to be significantly raised in some way during the day. Is that right for fans to expect?
Yeah. You
And
know those really, really shitty weeks that you like life's going okay, and then you have one of those really fucking shitty weeks that it
mhm,
just makes zero sense why it's like every day of that week sucked.
yeah, that's this.
That's season four. Yeah. You're just
Good.
like, what the fuck? Like, the car broke, my taxes, I got a thing from the taxes. That guy fought with me about the parking. Obviously, I have parking issues. Um, but
I
just
lived outside
where
of New
you're just
York.
like,
I understand.
why is that person called? Ah! And you get nothing done. You get nothing done that you set out to do, and you feel like a big loser. And then the next week sort of goes back to normal. It's that week. It's that shit week.
Oh, that okay. That has me more excited for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so hype about that, but I'm excited to see what that means, especially with all these
Yeah.
trailers. I feel
No,
like,
and I think, yeah, the way like I'm describing it is because there's a chaotic quality to it that you can't define the why and the order and the it's just like what hit me like I had problems sometimes reading the script like I would go sometimes I go wow and other times I go what the fuck why what
I mean, that's, I guess, what comes with knowledge, like the knowledge comes at a cost sort of thing. I feel like the
Yeah.
most of the cast, except I feel like Donna didn't really push back too much because I think she knew what the ramifications of that could be. But season four's
Hmm.
tagline is knowledge comes at a cost. Does that phrase mean something specific to Donna's journey directly, or is it just more show wide, a lot about like what Jade and all the other characters have unveiled at this point?
Yeah. I'd say each of the main characters and the group of the whole as a whole has things that occurred that has something to do with knowledge comes at a cost.
Mm.
And sometimes it's because of their actions directly, or it could be due to the actions of others, or
Hmm.
cumulatively, or independent actions.
Interesting. So, my last question about season four, without giving anything away at all, I don't want you to do anything like that. Is there any fan theories that you've heard that are actually true or anything like that? Or even close to true?
You know what? I partly because like I loved the fan theories, but over the years I'm slightly less connected to them. Are none that are bang on the money of the ones I know, but I mean there could be things out there I haven't heard. Um, I think there are people that scratch it,
Mm, okay. Okay.
but I also say that I still don't know a theory or theories. Like John is so tight-lipped about what this is. Like we still sit and go, we're still asking questions.
I think that's cool. That's a cool thing to hear that you guys don't fully know everything either. I think that makes it exciting for, I'd imagine that makes it exciting for you guys on set.
It does make it exciting, and I think I wasn't all for it when I first heard. I was like, wow, that's what I do. I know what's going on, and I build a character based on what I and and now I'm like, it's the you go with what's thrown at you,
Right.
and that's what happens in life. I mean, of course, we prep it, and there is that, you know, there are people in the know, and
Hmm.
actually, I was talking with someone the other day from the show, another cast member, about, talking about how sometimes things can seem like it was a, fabulous moment you know, that was just going to work so well. And then and then you find out when you go in to do dialogue replacement, or it's not always replacement, but
Hmm.
additional voice and stuff. And you go, it's gone. It's not there. Did I fuck it up? And you're like, it's not that. It's that when they're putting it together, they're like, we don't need that. It's taking it in another direction, or it doubles a story point that is going to come up in three scenes.
Wow. I didn't realize that. That's interesting to know.
Yeah, no, I don't think about it. Like I think really like great actors that do it all the time probably think. I'm learning to think. My suspicion is that Harold thinks that way more than I do.
Hmm.
Like in a way I feel a little bit like, even though I've got an entire career, because it's been a bit mixed of, well, because I was trained in theater, so I think a very different way. So I don't think about editing. I love, like, if I could go back in time, maybe only 10 years. I think I should have learned how to edit, to learn, like literally learn how to cut together a show.
I mean, I feel the same way. In retrospect, it'd be nice to have learned that. As a YouTuber, it's kind of a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna
Oh, yeah,
lie.
no, 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 no. It's a
Yeah.
difficult job. Edit. I mean, it's their medium, right? Like it's
Yeah.
total. I remember doing a show many years ago, many, many years ago, and there was two well-known, very different kinds of actors in it. And one of the actors, like you'd sit on set and just watch them and go, holy shit, every take is so nuanced. It's so interesting. It's like, fuck, he's just awesome. And the other actor, Like he had a thing that he did. Like everybody knew him as a certain character, and he did it, and you kind of went, "Yeah, that's what he's doing. It works. No big deal."
Mm.
I mean, he was doing his work. He was good. But when I saw it edited together, the actor who was so incredibly nuanced and amazing, the editor just didn't seem to know how to deal with him. And I was like, he did a way better. Like the scene I watched was gorgeous. What the edit here, I'm
Yeah.
left.
Well, it's a big
And the act,
skill. It's a
it's a
skill.
huge skill. And it's like a beat or two, like, just emotion cut or kept in makes such a difference. And whose face are you on in that moment? The speakers or the listeners? And so I'm still learning that stuff and wish I'd learned it earlier.
Yeah, that's something I always think about too, is going back to have done something like that. As far as editing for story, it's so different than the stuff I do on here or anywhere. It'd be
You're
great.
still young. You can do it.
I know. I may. I do need
Do
to.
it.
I'm not good at it, so I do need to. I
They
just
got all this fancy equipment now. You can do it on your own computer.
exactly. They do make it easy. That is the best thing about 2025 or 2026 we're in now, is you
Yeah.
can do everything right from the cheapest computer you have. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
a crazy time we
If
live
your
in.
brain's smart enough to learn the program. See, I'm like, yeah, I, will try and learn something on a program. I'm on, like, all I do is iMovie. That's
Yeah.
it. Like, and I keep going, maybe in my off downtime, I should go find, somewhere to teach me how to, like, really learn a program so I can actually do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going on about editing. That you should get the editor.
No.
They're awesome
The
people. They're
yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, look how good I am at this transition to the next question. Because I'm a bad editor.
I have two questions from the audience that I just want to ask quickly. Again, I hate to take up so much time. I already asked one from Christian from Ontario. That was the one about your backstory. One is from JPZS6NM, who says, is Donna somewhat content with your life in Fromville? Since Donna's sister is dead and she seemingly thinks she's trying to go home would only make the place angrier, has she accepted the way things are? Or deep down, do you want to go home? Does Donna want to go home?
Good question with deep down. Because I think she has given over to staying there. I that it not that she knows what it costs to get home. She doesn't know. She's learning this season, some of it, not even all of it. But
Okay.
I think she knows, like, there is incredible stakes to leaving, and I think she's given over to it because I think she shut things down to survive. But deep down, I my feeling has been that there is not a lot to go back for.
As a viewer, that's how I feel too. If you've been gone so
Yeah,
long, it's hard to go back when you've had a found family for so long there.
yeah, yeah. But it's interesting. What I love about the question, it makes me think about what we do in our own lives when we move to our comfort, right? And we're afraid to step out of it and discover that maybe there is something out there that I don't even know about that is actually what I really, really want.
That is
And
true.
you
That is
can't
very true.
imagine it. So there's that possibility for Donna. I haven't thought about it. I think that's a great question because I've thought as far as, like, there's nothing left for me to go back to. I'll have to start afresh. But that's not necessarily a bad thing.
That
Thank
is
you. I'll
true.
go do my homework. What was it he said?
It's JPZS6NM. Quite a name.
APC. I shall go and do some thinking because I think, and then suddenly in season 5, I'm a totally different Donna.
Yep. The
I'm
retrospect hit
assuming
hard.
there's a season 5. We don't even know for sure, but you know.
Yeah. And then final question. This one's from, I think it's Ray Vallejo. I think that's how they say it. Is there someone that you know in your personal life that is similar to Donna?
You know what, yeah, like it's not a person. There's a number of women I know that have elements of Donna, and there's women that I don't know well that I go, that woman is a whole other, I'm gonna say the word beast, and I don't mean that in any derogatory way. Like they are a different animal. Like they
Mm.
are, and they've grown up in a very different world than I have. Like they're usually from a rural background. And actually, and I was saying, I don't know, there is someone and no, but I met her after. I met her after. I think we were probably in season 2 by the time I met her, and she's the girlfriend of a brother-in-law. And I am just now going, Roberta has a bit of Donna in her. So I'm going to have to go. I hope Roberta, should she see this interview, be complimented by that. She
I
has
think
this
it's a good
incredible,
thing.
yeah, she has a warmth, but at the same time, you're like, you, I don't, I don't think I'd want to piss Roberta off. Not because I think she would just be like, no, no, do not give me bullshit. Do not hand that to me.
It's a good trait of Donna's. That is a good trait, I think, in people sometimes too. It definitely
Yeah.
a good thing. So
But
definitely
it
not a bad
mixed
thing to
in with,
Roberta.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. And you have to be, the ingredients are, there's a kindness and a generosity of spirit that I hope I bring to Donna. But when I think of who is Donna and who else is like her, I go, there has to be a generosity of spirit within that person too. You can't just be a tough old broad.
That Donna is a different, like you said best, Donna is a different kind of animal. Referring that to people in your life, Donna is a different kind of animal. And I'm excited to see her return April 19th. I'm excited to see where you go from here. I'm excited to see where From goes from here. And
Thank
most importantly, I can't thank you enough for being here. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was absolutely my pressure. No pressure.
Sounds
It
like
was
me. I do that
complete
all the time.
no, 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 it was my pleasure, and it was great. Like I said, it's my first one for this season, so it was sort of, I'm pleased that I didn't go, I don't know.
First one for the season. This is my second one ever. So for me, I'm still
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, I did Avery Conrad a year ago. And
Okay,
yeah,
awesome. Where are you, by the way? Where are you located?
I just moved outside of New York. I just moved from New York City to southern New Jersey. Unfortunately,
Okay,
I love New York City, so it was very sad to leave.
yeah. Oh,
But
did you grow up in New York?
no, I grew up in South Jersey. I went for a little bit, ventured out, and now I'm back home. Back, well,
Oh,
not
okay.
at not home, but like in my
Yeah,
hometown.
but back in your old stomping grounds, or just in, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you got lots of time to do lots of things in lots of places. You could
I'm
be editing in Sri Lanka in a year. Who knows? Like,
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of
surfing.
life. We could do
Yeah,
whatever with whatever time we have while we have it.
yeah,
Life's precious.
yeah. And you don't know what lies ahead.
Yeah.
You don't know what twists. That's the other thing I've always loved about the show, is like the twists and turns of life, that you can plan, but life can throw you a curveball
Yeah.
anytime.
As it does.
So, as it does, and you can't pre-plan for the curveball. I mean, I
No.
suppose if you bought a lot of tubs of macaroni for when the apocalypse comes.
Some people do. I literally know
I
people that
know
will like
this.
do that stuff. So
No, I remember watching infomercials of, it was Jim Baker. I don't know, you're probably too young to remember him, but
I
he was
can't
selling
say.
big tubs of macaroni that you could buy and store
Oh
for
wow.
when things, yeah, they were
Wow.
pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
They were
Nowadays,
entertaining.
there's always a few people that I know that are like, you got to fill the tub with water whenever something happens. Like, there's always someone like that right now. You never know because you
No,
never know.
you never know. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and she goes, "You know what, Liz? I bought water, like water purifying tablets,
Yeah.
because we're in strange times."
We are, and you never know what's ahead. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I don't want. And on that note,
Yeah, no. Well,
Thanks.
it was for a good reason. It was for a good reason of life throwing curveballs in a good way. So that's
Yeah, and
how we can leave that.
suddenly there's a run on water purifying tablets
Exactly.
and people with full bathtubs.
It's
Okay.
coming. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not.
No.
No.
No, no. Thank you so much. Seriously, it means a lot. So I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for asking me. It really has been a pleasure. I've had a gas.
Thank you. And if you saw me looking over to the like this way the whole time, you were actually here. And I didn't want to I was looking at you, but I didn't want you to think I wasn't looking at you, but I was.
I didn't notice you. Like occasionally I did, but it wasn't big. And also I'm terrible. I'm always like, and I don't have my glasses on, but I'll sort of be like, I'll start talking to myself down here.
I do that sometimes on Zoom where I'm like looking at it. It's bad. It's not
Yeah.
good.
And
But
it's like, if I look at that's some people are like, look in the camera, and I'm like, I can't stay there.
I know.
Really.
I feel kind of weird just like staring at it when you're down here. I can't, it's like weird to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. As is with the tech times. But Liz, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I wish you on the press run the best. And I'm excited.
Thank
I'm excited to see what you have in store.
you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank
And I
you.
wish you the best. You're awesome. You're really great to chat with. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. This was fun. Hope I get to do it again soon.
Yeah. Ask anytime.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take
I
care.
better go. Okay. Bye.
Bye.